What's up, guys? Happy Friday. It's your girl, BookLaeannAmosReed, and you're watching Access Vibe on Urban Soul TV. Now, the first topic I'm jumping into, it really stood out to me and it actually touched my heart because I love when families, when people, guardians, they instill religion and God, faith, and belief into the little kids. And I came across this clip on Instagram where it was a little boy, he was at church and he was getting ready to get baptized.
His son Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit. Let's try that again. That head didn't go all the way down. One more time. Okay, you don't want to do it. He said that was
not doing too much.
So they had him in the water. They, had his head propped and everything. And when they went and dipped him down in the water only came to like right here of his forehead. It came up. And they was like, well, I think we need to do it again because your head did not emerge all the way under the water. And he stood out the water. He was like, y'all doing too much. And it was so funny to me, and I thought it was so cute. But it goes back down to the foundation of the base of he's a little kid and he's in church and he's asking to get baptized, but then he turned around and said, y'all done baptized me once, so I'm good, no redos. But it goes back to the foundation of what kids are being taught in their home. When kids have good behavior or bad behavior, they mimic the things that they have seen in their household. And I mean, in all honesty, it's true. I'm not going to dig on that, but at the same time, I believe in little kids knowing about God, believing in faith, and also meditating, because when you meditate, that's God talking back to you. But it also teaches kids how to navigate through life in a godly way. Like navigate through life with morals, respect, dignity, peace, respect for others, just as God did. Like at the end of the day, God is within you. No matter if you're a kid, you're a dog, whatever, we're all God's. God is within us. So I just thought it was a real beautiful thing, because me as a kid, I was raised the same way. And my dad's side of the family, well, okay, so I don't know my biological father. However, I call my brother's dad because he raised me since I was an arm baby. So on my dad's side of the family, he raised us as Christians. But on my mom's side of the family, they were Jehovah's Witnesses. So we actually grew up learning both, and as we got of age, we were able to choose which direction we wanted to go. So again, I love the fact that a little kid is asking to be baptized. But it was funny now, this new generation kids, he said, you're doing too much. Because now when I was a kid, it ain't nowhere in the world I would have been able to say that. I probably would have looked at my mom or looked at my dad or my grandma and gave them the side eye, and they would have gave me that, that little mean look, that mean they don't play. So my head would have been dunked again. But little man, I commend him, and I commend the family that is instilling a great foundation with him. So back in the day, one of my favorite airlines used to be Southwest. And I wouldn't say that it's still not an airline that I love now, but the reason I used to love Southwest Airlines is because you could always have, I think they always let you have one bag that is a big suitcase that's free, like your carry-on or whatever, or either was it 2 bags? I can't remember. But how many of you all like Southwest? Do you still fly Southwest now?
Guys, we've done an extensive study here at Southwest, and we found out that Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Kate Spade, Michael Kors, Dolce & Gabbana, Prada bags, Coach bags, Chanel bags, and Dooney & Burke's, they can fit underneath the seats in front of you. And if they were real, you wouldn't be flying Southwest to begin with. So don't start none. There won't be none.
He said, look, if you got a Gucci purse, Kate Spade, Michael Kors, all them type of purses, baby, they do fit up under the seat. And if they didn't fit up under the seat, or regardless if they did, baby, if they was real, you wouldn't even be on the flight. So he done told y'all, stop playing when you come on the flight. Now Southwest, I told y'all, I used to love them, but I guess they cracking down. They said they not with all the BS. So get y'all self together. They don't care what kind of bag you have. They don't care if it's real or it's fake. It need to go up under the seat. It can't sit on the lap. It can't take up the seat next to you, because baby, somebody else got to sit there behind there. So put your bags under your seat or leave them at home. And now I'm turning it over to your favorite sex educator, my girl Shae.
Hey, this is Shae, your favorite sex educator. So to switch it up a little bit, I want to dive into a different part of the segment, right? I think that life is all about evolution. And I feel like in this generation, we're at a time where, people feel like women can't evolve or men can't evolve. And the reality is that, we go through our 20s, we go through our 30s, or whatever chapter it is that we go in our life. We make our mistakes and we have our hiccups, but, there's never, in my opinion, there's never a right time to do right? Like there's never a wrong or right time to do right. You could choose today that you want to change your life, and that is absolutely okay. I don't think that people should be bound by anything of their past so long as you don't make it a habit and you don't repeat it again. You have permission to grow. You have permission to change. And whether it's Black China, Amber Rose, our favorite rappers like T.I. and Jay-Z who come from a drug background, I think that it's okay for people to grow, evolve, and change from the darkest or, the most rough circumstances. With that being said, we've seen, a wave of women, coming out who were in the industry, the hip hop video vixens and things of that nature, coming out and speaking and saying, hey, I want to change my life around. These are the things that I'm looking for now and today. And I think that it's okay. And a lot of people want to judge women and say, well, she was a hoe before. Why she can't be a hoe now? Excuse me, sir. You were sleeping around in your 20s. New women every week, and now you want to be a husband and you want, you want a wife. And I think it's okay for people to change. We can say that things are different for men and things are different for women, but at the end of the day, if men have their, quote unquote, as, a brother SD that I know says, hoe phase, if a man is allowed to have a hoe phase, like who is he going to sleep with? It's not the virgin wives that are waiting for marriage. Otherwise, men's hoe phase would be completely obsolete. There would be no purpose. There would be no validity in that argument that men are allowed to go and sleep around, but women cannot, because ultimately that is exactly what it looks like. In order for men to experience their hoe phase, they need women who are maybe not in a space of desiring marriage, or maybe they're still getting to know themselves. They're on their, sexual exploration journeys. And I think that it's okay for all of us to evolve and change. So I just want to give a quick shout out to Alexis Sky, Black China, and other women and men, of course, as well, of the likes, who are saying, today I'm deciding to change my life. And this is what that looks like. I think it's really beautiful. I also just watched an interview with Brittany Renner on the Shade Room. And I'm telling you guys, people are evolving and they're growing and they're changing. And you might not like it and they might not be your type of person. And that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. That's all I have for now, you guys. I just wanted to give a little dose of evolution, give you guys something positive to leave with, which is grow, change, evolve, do what's right, do what's best for you, okay? Sleep around, but women cannot, because ultimately that is exactly what it looks like. In order for men to experience their hoe phase, they need women who are maybe not in a space of desiring marriage, or maybe they're still getting to know themselves. They're on their, sexual exploration journeys. And I think that it's okay for all of us to evolve and change. So I just want to give a quick shout out to Alexis Sky, Black China, and other women and men, of course, as well, of the likes, who are saying, today I'm deciding to change my life. And this is what that looks like. I think it's really beautiful. I also just watched an interview with Brittany Renner on the Shade Room. And I'm telling you guys, people are evolving and they're growing and they're changing. And you might not like it and they might not be your type of person. And that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. That's all I have for now, you guys. I just wanted to give a little dose of evolution, give you guys something positive to leave with, which is grow, change, evolve, do what's right, do what's best for you, okay? Do what's best for you, boo. In other news, the poly community's very own Kenya from Progressive Love Academy has a show on TLC called Seeking Brother Husbands. And let me tell you, baby, I'm here for it. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm here for it because in the poly community, we see a lot of, female-male relationships, and very rarely do we see relationships that are a little unorthodox, that, even within the poly community, as diverse as it is, we still see the same dynamic. So I think it's really great and it's really dope to see a beautiful, long-standing marriage between a husband and wife who have these, open dialogues, open dialects, open experiences to one another. And one of those including the wife Kenya being able to explore her relationships with other men. So it could be her emotionally connecting to another man, mentally connecting to another man, or physically connecting to another man. And I think that's so dope. I think it's so beautiful that we're now going to be able to see what it looks like for women to also experience what poly could look like for them without it being the traditional or standard dynamic that a lot of platforms like to showcase, which again is the male-female relationship. Y'all know I'm here for poly, so let's talk about it. Are y'all cool with it? How y'all feel about it? We let women have other husbands, other boyfriends, other partners. What's going on? Talk about it. So for this poly roundup, I want to also add in, Iyanla Vandes has gone on the Breakfast Club to talk about her openness to polygamy. And I thought that was really cool as well. I'm like, okay, you know, she's an older woman. A lot of people have a lot of respect for her. And go and behold, she's a woman who's saying, hey, I don't mind being the wife of a man who has other wives. And I can definitely relate to this as someone who is pro-poly. I'm pro-women making the choices that they want to make. And ultimately, if you don't mind being the wife of another man, then hey, so be it. And I think what people don't understand is that what that could look like for a woman is, I choose this lifestyle myself. If I don't want to be a man's end-all be-all, then hey, we see a lot of single women now. We see a lot of divorced women. We see a lot of widowed women saying they would never get into another marriage. They would never do another relationship. And I think that's totally fine as well. But for women who do seek companionship, if they're not into the casual relationship, they want a little bit more of a commitment, but they still don't want the responsibility of doing all the work in the relationship as a wife. I think that this is a great alternative for a lot of women. Iyanla said it herself. You know, she is, you know, upwards of 65 years young. And she said, hey, look, give me someone, you know, in the relationship that's in her 40s. So, you know, when this man got his needs to be met, girl, you know, look, girl, handle that. Look, go ahead, baby. Go ahead and get your needs met over there. So I'm here for it. I'm here for the poly talk. I think that in the Black community, I want to see more of us talk about it. Talk about it from a healthy perspective. Talk about it from a choice perspective. And talk about it outside of the gaze of male, female. So y'all let me know what y'all think. Let's talk about it. I'm handing it back over to you, Leanne.
Do y'all remember 14 years ago when Jay-Z and Alicia Keys performed their hit New York at the Video Music Awards on national TV and Lil Mama jumped on stage? Do y'all remember at the end when it was supposed to be Jay-Z and Alicia Keys like this, but we saw Lil Mama on the other side? So everybody thought for 14 years that because there were no communication between Alicia Keys and Lil Mama, that it was still some kind of beef going on. But Alicia Keys was recently on Drink Champs, and when she was telling the story and replaying how it happened for her, she was like, she didn't even realize Lil Mama was on stage. She said that she was so focused to like, I'm finna kill this show. Like, I'm finna kill this show. We gonna kill it. We gonna this. We finna crush this show. She was so focused and zoned out on stage that she did not even see Lil Mama on stage. She said when she got backstage, Jay-Z asked her like, you didn't see what happened? And she was like, yeah, we crushed it. We killed it. He was like, nah, you didn't see what happened? Lil Mama was on stage.
How mad was you at Little Mama when she fucked up your performance?
All right. The truth. First of all, you know, it's...
Because I had to watch it again, and let me just be honest with you. As me watching it again this morning, it seemed like you didn't even see her.
The truth of
the truth, okay. Jay seemed that he was heated. It was in his face.
All I know, we was on that stage. Jay was here. I was here. In my head, I was such a gorilla at the time. I was like, this is what's happening is I'm going to destroy this record tonight. That's all I had in my head. Somehow, however she got over here, I didn't even bear witness to the whole show. I was so focused on making it amazing. I went backstage and Jay was like, so you ain't see that? And I was like, what? And he was like, no, you ain't just see what just happened? And I was like, yeah, we killed it. That's what just happened.
It's been 14 years and we see them now embracing and hugging each other. And I like that for two African American women. Like, put your differences aside. Like, this is an era of peace. You know, they say your soft girl era. This is the soft girl era. So peace, love, joy, forgiveness, in order so you can grow into your next level. Well, to me, that is exactly what they were doing. However, when Alicia Keys says that she didn't even realize Lil Mama was on stage, it's like, well, maybe they really didn't have no beef at all. Like, some people just don't cross paths. And I mean, hey, like, seriously, maybe they really didn't have any beef at all. And we know how media is today. Media could have made out the beef to be there for 14 years. But at the end of the day, either way it goes, it's good to see two women coming together, celebrating each other, embracing each other, and giving each other love, and letting each other, letting one another know, like, I don't have no beef with you. I don't have no beef with you. I support you. I congratulate you, and keep going. But still, regardless of what, it was funny. Even when I go back and I rewatch it, it's funny. But it doesn't look like Lil Mama did with no ill will. It's like, I'm from New York too, or I rep New York. So I remember when her song came out, my lip gloss is popping, my lip gloss is this. Yeah, it was in New York. She's from New York. But either way it goes, Black girl magic, y'all make up, forgive each other, don't hold grudges, so you can grow into your next level. Only on Access Vibe.